Hi, I'm out here in my outside work area. I've got one more day off before I go back to work tomorrow. And so I had one of my followers on YouTube ask me about mushrooms, being able to make a papercrete mushroom. Today I'm just going to show you how to use aluminum foil as your armature to make a basic mushroom. From there, I know that you folks that are watching me here on my YouTube, you're pretty creative, you're looking for some ideas, and again, I'm not ever going to tell you the way to do anything. I'm just putting these together to give you ideas to bounce off of, and perhaps you've got something else you want to add to help me make mine better. So what we're going to start with is aluminum foil, and I've taken about 6 yards, remember? This is a yard. And I've wadded it up and have created this little mushroom base. So this is the stem of the mushroom. This is going to be the bottom, and the cap of the mushroom will sit here on top. We're going to make that a little more flat so that the cap will sit on top of it. Put something up through the center of it, a wooden dowel, actually a giant nail, anything that's you can stick down into the ground that's going to make it stand and not wobble around is going to be great. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to make this little flat, so hold on. Use the tools you got, right? Okay, as usual, I've got my paper pulp here. I'm going to mix that with Portland cement, and that's going to make our clay. That recipe is in the YouTube that's titled DIY Papercrete clay. So go ahead and take a look at that link as well, and you'll be able to have the recipe for this. Right now I'm just going to get on and make this little mushroom for you, okay? Alright, so here we have our mushroom all together. We've got our papercrete all mixed up, and so now we're just going to get it all put together. Let's start here at the bottom. Just smash it right into the foil. One thing about doing nature things is everything in nature is different. So there's no like exact way it has to look. I haven't ever seen any two toadstools or mushrooms look the same. So again, that's why I like doing this kind of thing, because remember, precision is not my thing. So I really have a good time making these kinds of things. Want to get a nice coating around your armature, your foil armature. You know, 1/2 inch is nice. You really don't need it to be too thick. 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thickness is just all you really need. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I am starting to see something here that I've got to do. And here's where you might get carried away too. I'm right here at a place, this clay is soft, I've got clay over here, and I don't know, are you seeing like, I don't know, maybe a face could go here? I don't know, like, I mean, if you wanted to, look. I don't know. Do you need a toadstool man in your garden? This is starting to get away from me here now. Look at this. Oh, I don't know why I do these things. I don't know. Let's not get carried away, shall we? Can we just take those right off of there? We'll get back to what you want me to do. All right, there we are. I mean, and really, what else could you do with this? Also, are you seeing? Could this be mean, you could even do like a little mushroom fairy house out of this while it's still wet. You can start molding other things around there. Okay, I'm gonna try to get back on course here. Back on course. Back on course. Here we go. So as you can see, you've got your mix is doing pretty good here. There we go. What I want to do here is go ahead and fill the cap. You can put the little details in if you want to. That's up to you. Remember, the underneath side really isn't going to show, but sometimes you want the underneath side to have some personality too. It's just to make it feel a little more like it's finished. So I'm just putting in the gills. I think they're called gills. Are they called gills? I don't know. So this Papercrete mushroom will actually take several days to completely dry, but right now I'm going to go do another project or do some more on a different project right now while this sets. So I can continue working on this after it has set and I know that this isn't going to fall down. So I'm just going to come back to it after it's gotten hard. We have the mushroom all covered up at the base and the underneath, and so now we're going to put the top on and complete this little Papercrete mushroom, okay? So I'm just getting the dry cement wet again. It makes it easier for the new cement to stick to that. And I did use an acrylic bonding agent. You could also put white glue, so like Elmer's school glue, in your water, and that would do the job too. So as you see, I'm just going to put the top on this mushroom. It's not rocket science. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. No precision. All mushrooms look different. This is a toadstool, so you know, just have fun with it. So, and since when I did the underneath side and I brought that cement up to the side, now I can go ahead and just take this top cement and meet up with it, just kind of smooth it right over it, just like that. So easy. I will be so excited to see the creations that you make and what you do with this little idea. I'm not an expert. I'm not a schooled artist. I'm just someone who has always liked creating, and I like to try different mediums and do different things, and so I'm just self-taught. I like solving problems and figuring things out, so I really do kind of enjoy when somebody will say, hey, can you make this? Can you make that? Because I kind of like the challenge, and then we can decide if I really can or can't. So you just can't mess these up. Look at that. And there he is. He's all covered up like so. You can smooth him out. Make sure you've got all of your aluminum foil armature covered. I'm just smoothing the underneath side a bit. And if you get your glove a little bit wet, it'll smooth it nice and smooth. Less sanding to do later. Now myself, I like to put some polka dots on top of my toadstools, and so I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to demonstrate that here. Okay, so to put the little polka dots on top, I've just taken a little tiny bit of fast set mortar and just made a tiny little ball of cement clay. I just used enough cement that it didn't get soft and sloppy. I just add just enough water for it to be like a clay consistency. And then I can put my little dots on, just like that. Easy as that. If you like dots, you can put the dots. If you don't like dots, you don't have to put the dots. It's your toadstool. And for a little interest, you can do dots of varying sizes. Right, like so. And there you go. Got your toadstool. I'm just putting some of this acrylic bonding agent and water. I'm just kind of helping those polka dots settle in. Flattening them down with my paintbrush. I just get my paintbrushes for this kind of work at the Dollar Tree. Usually you can get 2 or 3 for $1. And they wash up fine, so you can reuse them. Just make sure you wash up after each use so that cement doesn't set in it. And there you are. Look at that. Papercrete Toadstool. It'll be good and ready to go out into the yard. Again, you can seal it with a cement sealer. There's various types. You can prime it and paint it and then put an acrylic. I like to use polyacrylic. You don't have to prime it, and you can just go ahead and put a paint on it, mix it with a little extra water, and it's more like a wash, so it's more tinted than painted. Really, you can do anything. And then remember, we left that aluminum foil inside there, and you can stick your stake or your nail or your whatever up here so you can sit that into the ground and it won't topple over. Okay, but there you go. Does that help out? I hope it does. My whole point of making these videos is just to help other creators like myself be able to use the cement, and it was hard for me to find these kinds of instructions in English. There's a lot of wonderful creators out there in the worldwide. And I enjoy watching all of those, and I've studied them really close for a few years and figured out some of these things, and I see that there are more and more cement creators out there coming up, and so I'm really excited to kind of be in that group. So let me know if these tutorials are helpful. If you have a suggestion of what you would like to see me make, I would be really happy to give it a shot. And thanks for everybody who's commenting and asking questions and showing interest. I'm super excited. I want to see what you are creating. Thanks so much.